Hi guys, welcome to another Christmas beer review. Now, I actually said in my Warsteiner Weihnacht review that was going to be the last Christmas beer that I'd be buying for review. Basically, I'm lying because I came across a beer that I actually had a few weeks prior to recording this video, and I'd completely forgotten about it, but I was picking up a bottle of water today. And as you do, went to like the little drink place just to see what was there, and I noticed that this beer was still available. And it's from a brewery that I really enjoy, and it is a very highly regarded brewery, especially with people with like in the UK and America. I know Louisiana Beer Reviews, he absolutely loves, he enjoys the brewery itself. And yeah, the brewery in question is Hacker-Pschorr, and this is the Superior, which is a Festbier, clocking in at 6%. Now, I have already done a Hacker-Pschorr review. I did it on the Matai the Dead channel, but I'll be putting that link down below. And yeah, did the Oktoberfest beer, or Oktoberfest Märzen, I should say, and that was an absolutely stellar beer. Probably the best Oktoberfest beer that I've drank this year. And yeah, every beer I've tried from them has been fantastic, and I don't know why this is only the second beer that I'm reviewing. But yeah, really nice artwork. Once again, you've got metallic, you've got gold, you've got a nice green, and there's a really nice image in the middle, which I thought at first, when I first saw this, that it was like a ship on the sea. But no, I think that's the actual brewery itself. I'm not sure, but it's a festive scene. So yeah, it's very wintry, very festive looking. You've got a nice label on the neck of the bottle, and there is the Hacker-Pschorr crown. Well, it's a flip top, so it's not really a crown. But yeah, I really love these bottles. And like I was saying, I really love the Hacker-Pschorr brewery. Hacker-Pschorr Superior. Let's get the bottle opened and poured. So, beer in a glass, and that is a really nice dark orange, slightly golden but slightly amber as well. Crystal clear, got some nice steady carbonation, and the beer poured with just about one small finger's worth of rather frothy, ever so slightly off-white head. That's a really nice looking beer indeed. So anyway, let's give it a sniff. Gotta say, it's not the most exciting smelling beer in the world. In fact, it's actually really quite dull. You are picking up those malts there, but they're like a really subtle, almost musky. You're picking up an ever so slightly yeasty sort of smell. Not really picking up any festive notes or anything like that. Not really any spices. Ever so slight honey, citrus sort of elements. And I'm getting now very slight cakey, bready sort of tones. It's really quite uneventful on the sniff. It's not really the most aromatic or inviting sort of beer. And it's actually probably one of the duller smelling Fest winter beers that I've tried. But anyway, let's get the beer tasted. Cheers. Yeah, you're definitely getting those malty flavours. It's bordering on a Märzen. The malts have got a sort of biscuity note to them, like maybe like a shortbread. But then that turns into a really quite stark bitterness. Not that it's tickling or stinging the back of the throat, but it becomes really bitter quite quickly. There's like a very strange, like, bitter sweetness in the background that I can't put my finger on what it is, but it's a flavour that I've not really tasted with these beers. And it actually works really well. It adds a really nice dimension to the beer. I wasn't really picking up any peppery, herby, spicy notes on the sniff. You are getting that a lot more on the flavour. And it leaves you with almost like maybe like a spicy bread. Are there any sorts of breads that are spiced? And I'm not talking about like Indian or Asian sort of breads. But yeah, it's got like a a really nice spicy breadiness. It tastes a damn lot better than it smells. On the sniff, it is dull, really quite redundant, quite pedestrian. But the flavour, it is a really nice malty lager. It's what you expect from a lager or a Helles or a regular Festbier, but it's bordering more specifically on the Märzen side. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is a festive beer. It looks ever so slightly festive. It doesn't really smell festive at all, and it doesn't really have that like Christmassy, festive sort of flavour to it. But it's a damn good lager. It's one of those beers that I've not heard too many reviews, and I've not seen what this beer's got on like Rate Beer or Beer Advocate, but I'd imagine that this is a very high scoring beer. There's nothing too exciting, there's nothing too unique or special about it, but it's really nicely balanced, really nice and drinkable. It's got a more autumnal, or maybe coming to the end of summer, slowly getting into autumn. Summer's getting a bit colder and it's ending, and the autumn, it's not really kicking in. And it's a really nice transitional seasonal sort of beer. It's not really wintry, not really festive, it's not really celebratory. But if you want a solid lager, then this is a beer that you should definitely seek, because it's just a really brilliantly crafted beer. It's going to be a bitch to grade, because I get really quite hypocritical when it comes to scoring beers. You know, you'll watch a beer review of mine where I'll say, oh, I'm taking points off it because of this, and in another beer review I'll completely like go against that policy and say, even though it doesn't do this, I'm still going to give it blah 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 because it does blah blah blah. It's just a really good solid beer. I sometimes take points off because it's not really festive, but I think that would be really unfair to do this to this beer, because a lot of those beers that I have tried throughout December that were like promised to be really festive, and you know, they look fantastic, they look really homely and Christmassy, but end up just being really quite generic. This is an exceptional tasting beer, and I think I would give this probably an 8.5 out of 10. Just high quality throughout. And yeah, it's one of those beers where I could happily pick up a 6-pack of this and enjoy it. Great social beer. It would work great, you know, with a Christmas meal. It would work great with any meal. A curry. It would work well with like a wrap, with grilled meats. It would work well with, you know, cheese board. It's a very robust, very versatile little beer. And especially for a lager as well. I mean, there's a lot of versatility when it comes to pilsners and lagers. You go to any restaurant, no matter where you are, the majority of the beers available are pilsners and lagers from different countries, obviously depending on where you're going. But yeah, this is a really solid beer. It's more than solid, it's a really tasty beer, really enjoyable. An 8.5 out of 10. It's what you expect from Hacker-Pschorr, a fantastic brewery, and this is a really fantastic beer. But I'm sticking to my guns with this whole festive sort of discourse, or narrative I should say, and it's an 8.5. If it was a bit more spiced, if it had those, like, gave me visions of like Christmas time or winter, then I'd probably give it a 9, 9.5. Nah, not 9.5, that's way too much. Just come home from my German language class. It's miserable outside. It's getting genuinely cold now, but it's wet at the same time. And yeah, this has definitely lifted my spirits. Really fantastic little beer. And if you can find it, check it out. But I could say that about any Hacker-Pschorr beer, I'm sure. Even the Weiss beers, which I'm yet to try because I'm slowly warming to the style. That was the Hacker-Pschorr Superior. It does exactly what it says on the bottle. It is a really superior beer. So, thank you guys for watching. If you want to find out more about the Hacker-Pschorr Brewery and this beer in question, I'll be putting some reference links down below, as well as any YouTube reviews of this beer that I can find. And of course, check out my other Hacker-Pschorr beer review down below as well. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. And yeah, this is probably going to be the last review of 2015, but I will be posting a video up at Christmas to, you know, just wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you in the next beer review. Prost.